Welcome to round 4 with Green White Hate Bears. Sweet, 8th Vial. I actually get to experience that card for once. So, take 2. I'm not already taking them. Yeah. Though, I forget how this works. So I'm gonna, guess I probably just want to put the bear into play on 2 off my mana. So just doing the math on the sequencing here just to double check. Um, if I wasn't going to use the Temple Garden on 2, I wouldn't use the Canopy on 2. I'm going to take the damage. The fact that I'm going to use them both on 2, I mean, I'm just going to use my turns tempoing out. If I wasn't, I would take 0 damage off the Temple Garden, an extra 1 off the Canopy. Yeah, so if I wasn't going to use the Garden on 2, I would play the Canopy on 1. Because that costs me a life less in the long run. Basically, it's like I'm going to be using the Canopy later at some point to take damage, or just basically regardless. But I'm taking the extra 1 off the Canopy to use the Vial. Oh. Well, I don't have a Ghost Quarter in this hand or an Arbiter. That's a problem here. This is not the right hand for this matchup. Also, my opponent kept a 6, which is significantly wider range than 5s. And by I mean wider, I mean a high, more likely high end, I guess, not wider range. Fives are the wider range it keeps, but 6, like, you're more likely to just die. Bottom, keeping a card on top, that's even worse for me. I'm assuming my opponent's just on Amulet. That's not necessarily the creature I would like in this matchup, but I'm just gonna have to beat down as hard as I can and hopefully not die. Stony Silence, Kataki. I don't really have a sideboard here. I mean, I guess Teague and Spellskite come in for Thalia's not the best, but it does stuff. Finks is terrible. Witness is pretty mediocre. Blade Splicer is not really a card I'm excited to have. Also not really excited by Resto here. I mean, again, this assumes that my opponent's on Amulet instead of any other combo deck. Though, my opponent putting a card on top and then playing Serum Visions is kind of... Yep, Amulet. Kind of exciting for me. Geez, that's bad. That's very bad. Old expansion symbols with the colored in rarity look pretty awesome. So, add a counter. Guess there's no reason to main phase the Canopy, right? After hitting that 4-outer. My opponent does something that forces me to Ghost Quarter. I'm supposed to activate Horizon Canopy in response to hope I draw an Arbiter. The Slayer Stronghold does imply that my opponent doesn't have a bounce land, though they did keep on top with. So they're probably short on bounce lands in some fashion, and they kept on top. The Ghost Quarter probably wrecked their plans here. Good job, deck. Just drawing perfect runners. My opponent can effectively pop the Gemstone Mine to get a forest out of their deck, but that's fine. I'm okay with that trade. I don't know why this Magic Online preview window continues to resize itself. Perfect. Stone Rain. I guess cracking that's like a little risky. Because if I draw a land... Oh, yeah, that's cool. I guess they get to recycle the mine. Like, if I drew a land next turn that accelerates my clock, let's see, it would have been 4, 8, 12. Yeah, it still wouldn't have changed anything. I still kill in the same number of turns. Wow, my deck is so good right now. So I'd be attacking for 4 this turn. I would play another land, play a Splicer. If I play another Splicer, I'm only attacking for 12 next turn. My opponent still lives at 2. So it was definitely worth the potential high payoff here. I have so many cool hate cards. Everyone's having so much fun. The old Scars and Mirror... Old watermarks. I'm just like... I guess it was like, what, all the Phyrexian cards that made a Golem were... Or all the cards from New Phyrexia that made a Golem were Phyrexian, even if this card doesn't look especially Phyrexian. And then, like, this card is not blatantly Phyrexian, so it was labeled as Mirren. Even though they both just kind of look arbitrarily neither. Like, not very involved either way. That's, in theory, problematic. Just eat my opponent's cards for no reason. That's so many Serum Visions. What do they do with that one? Top? Yeah. So I think this works the way I want it to. Where if my opponent pays for Arbiter, and then I flicker it with Resto, it's a new Arbiter. So they'd have to pay for it again. Which in theory could matter. Hooray! I didn't get hive-minded. I think Forge Tender may actually have an effect. In theory, my opponent could have Pyroclasm. These are all magic cards. This card's like not very exciting. This card is absolute trash. Oh, Scavenging Ooze. Terrible. Blade Splicer is much better because of more power. I don't need to get on board earlier. Yeah, let's just cut all these oozes. I'm bringing in 2-drops anyways. Yeah, and then Forge Tender might mise me against Pyroclasm if my opponent has that card. I think like the usual list is 3? 2 to 3, 0, depends. Censor. Witness Looping Ghost Quarter is pretty huge. See Resto being good. Resto Flicker, yeah. Oh, I get to Flicker Bounce Lands? Wow. That's so cool if I'm not already dead once they're in play. This deck has a lot of good tricks against Amulet. I will say that. Oh, keeping. Easy. Oh, look. A mulligan. How lucky. Maybe I'll... oh, nope. They kept. And put it on top? That's a nightmare. It's really just... you gotta live against Amulet. Like, you just assume that you're dead at every point. That... ooh. Yes, please. Get to make the decision about whether I take pain later. Oh, might just be dead. Cool. Great. My hand was so good. What was I supposed to do? Just, like, leave up Ghost Quarter and not, like... I don't think you can go down that road. This is, you know, classic Dead Air, dying to Amulet on turn 2. I do have an out. My opponent could mess this up. The odds are low. Oh, no, they can't mess this up. They played Titan from hand. I'm now officially just dead. I don't even want to... I feel like I'm dead regardless of what I do here. If I play the Arbiter, my opponent can probably pay 2 through it. I was thinking my opponent might have had to Pact, and I could, in theory, get them if they messed up. Okay. If I draw Path, I might be in the game. Do I know my opponent has Tolaria West? I guess I'm a turn off of getting Tolaria West at least, right? Tolaria West Titan. My opponent goes to 6 mana, can only make 8 with a single bounce land, so I'm actually okay there. So I just need to draw Path to Exile. Oh, and then I have to do it on upkeep. Just gonna bounce the Garrison. Oh, sure. I will not miss this deck. I will definitely not miss dying on turn 2 when I have a hand that's very good against the deck anyways. Just being dead before I could play a spell. Great. I don't. Not even gonna bother. I would like to try that again. Oh, I have a ghost quarter. Perfect. I can loop the ghost quarter. I guess that's the kind of 10 is not good against the just have a bunch of lands hand, but only so much you can do with that front. Opponent probably has one more basic in their deck, but I'm pretty close to just the point of ghost quarter strip mining them out of the game. Sure, Sunhome, great. I think I'm supposed to spell skite and play ghost quarter and pass. Opponent has mulliganed all the games this match. Yep, Summer Bloom. Sure. I think I'm supposed to ghost quarter in my opponent's next draw step to maximize the odds that they've hit the basic. Oh no, I'm supposed to do it main phase. The reason for that is that I would like to Eternal Witness it back this turn and maximize my mana. So, kill the red source. Oh, baby. I take one to do that. I'll probably use the mana again. So I think I'm just supposed to do this. One forest, get wrecked. Strip mine, target you, strip mine, target you, strip mine, target you, attack with Spellskite for damage. All the good things. So I need to draw Flicker Wisp next turn so that I can Ghost Quarter, Flicker Wisp the Witness. So my opponent's probably down to 2 mana. I guess also for the record, killing the red source is better because again I've been talking about Pyroclasm this whole time and I have the Forge. Oh boy, that's probably awkward. Opponent gets to Azusa. Play 3 lands. I still want to strip mine them. Do that first, right? Oh my gosh, why did it... Play the Exalted Creature first, main. Been way too long since I played with Exalted Creatures. Birthing Pod gets banned, and then everything gets thrown out the window. My opponent has to pay for pack next turn. So I can play both of these without fear. My mana short of doing what I want to do. That is so unfortunate. I guess my opponent didn't play lands last turn. Sweet the Flicker. Get back Ghost Quarter. Okay. Glad everyone has so much fun when Strip Mine gets repeated over and over. Kill that. Just continue to wreck this. Playing the other Hierarch, so I'm getting back to 4 mana next turn anyway. Oh, wow. Doing that. How lucky. The damage I missed is not costing me because I'm dealing exact lethal to my opponent anyways. Cool. So if your amulet opponent does not have an amulet in their hand, and you get to strip mine them every turn from turns, what, 3 to a million, you win the game. And they mulligan. Good. Great. Also, if you get to cast Leon and Arbiter, and then strip mine them. Also good.